Good day there once again, viewers. This is your mate Kamikaze78 here, coming to you guys with some more PlanetSide 2 content. Today guys, we're going to be returning to the weapons armory of PlanetSide 2 for another episode of the Quartermaster's Overview, the series where we take one weapon category from a faction's armory and give each weapon a basic rundown so you can look at the options and understand how they all fit in the grand scheme of things. Now, as per your guys' vote on the last episode where we covered the NC assault rifles, the NC carbines have come out on top. Only just, might I add, versus the TR carbines. It was a very close second. So today, we're going to be giving our good old NC carbines the rundown. As per always guys, you can vote on which category we cover next in the description down below, and as a reminder, we are not covering directive or NS weapons in these episodes. Alright, with that all said, let's get started. Well, we may as well start off with what can be argued to be one of the most celebrated or feared carbines to have ever graced Araxis, depending on your point of view. This is the AF-19 Mercenary and is the standard issue carbine available to new recruits in the light assault and engineer divisions of the new conglomerate. And look, this is a weapon that is pretty much universally appreciated by NC soldiers across the board because it is just a plain reliable choice. It sports a serviceable damage output that extends to medium distances and is accompanied with a very controllable recoil pattern that may admittingly feel a little harsh to the uninitiated at first, but is easily tamed. It's also very easy to handle, sporting a speedy reload time that sees new recruits spending less time fumbling with magazines and more time with the crosshairs downrange. New conglomerate veterans still return to this weapon after years of service thanks to just how reliable it is in many situations. It will treat you very well. Running in theme with the S version of the Gauss rifle we looked at last time, the Gauss Compact S takes the successful platform of the Mercenary and gives it more attachment flexibility at the cost of outright performance. The key areas that see some negative impacts include your rate of fire, vertical recoil and horizontal recoil accuracy, but the biggest hit comes in the form of reload speed, being a whopping half a second longer for the short tactical reload. You can make up for these downsides, however, by taking advantage of the attachment options such as a compensator, high velocity and soft point ammunitions, and also under barrel grenade launcher options. A popular application of this weapon comes out of the NC Engineering Division, where soldiers have been known to create grenadier loadouts using their ammo packs to resupply their own under barrel grenade launchers to coat an area in damage saturation. Take note, recruits, this is a very effective method. Alright, so the Mercenary is good and all, but you wish you had a little bit more mobility under your sleeve. Enter the AF-4A Bandit. The Bandit takes the Mercenary's build and tailors it a little more towards CQC firepower as opposed to long-range accuracy. It does this by introducing a beefed up rate of fire, all the while maintaining the same CQC potency at the cost of a more eccentric recoil pattern and a reduced muzzle velocity. But the Bandit's true party piece is its aiming down sights mobility, being the only weapon in the NC carbine arsenal to feature faster than average aiming down sights walking speed, allowing you to breach rooms faster and not sacrifice your accuracy. Just remember to close the gap, and also keep an eye on your magazine count. The lightweight nature of the weapon inherits a much longer, more troublesome reload time that demands more downtime between targets. The ACX-11. Look, this carbine is just about as NC as it gets in the form of a carbine. This features the NC exclusive and well-feared 200 damage profile, which has the capacity to down a target in as little as 5 shots. It does not play around at all, and you are going to feel that when it comes to the recoil per shot. The weapon kicks the hardest per shot out of all the NC carbines in the range, which can make the weapon seem really intimidating to the uninitiated. It also sports the worst in class hipfire accuracy, and when you combine that with the smaller than average magazine size, you need to make your shots count. You aren't going to be able to spray and pray your way to victory here. But fear not, the recoil is nearly exclusively vertical, which makes it predictable and easy to learn with some practice. Once you tame the beast, you will have one of the most powerful carbines in the game at your fingertips. Want something that trades all this damage per bullet nonsense for pure Dakka? Allow me to introduce you to the angriest carbine available to the NC, the GD7F. The weapon sports the fastest fire rate out of all the NC carbines, while at the same time sporting the lowest damage per bullet, but don't let that fool you. This weapon will drop enemies at unbelievable speeds at close quarters distance. The rate of fire does bring about a unique recoil pattern when compared to the rest of the NC carbines that sees the weapon kick aggressively to the left under long bursts. And it also sports the longest reload time in the class as well, despite its close quarters emphasis. The end result? This is a weapon perfect for getting in close and dirty, but you need to ensure you have fallback points handy for when that inevitable reload hits, and it will hit very, very quickly. This is the weapon for the NC soldier that likes to adopt a more guerrilla warfare style of play. Okay, so all these previous options sound great and all, but maybe you want to take things a little slower. The Razor GD23 has got you covered. This gentle giant, I mean it is the biggest carbine of the bunch by far, sports a damage per round characteristic that is similar to most NC weapons, but sacrifices rate of fire and outright time to kill efficiency for recoil control, sporting the lightest recoil per shot for a weapon of its damage model in this class, as well as an exceptional muzzle velocity. It's great for sitting back and committing to more long-range supportive fire roles. It also features the fastest reload time in the class too, which makes its uptime incredibly efficient when holding choke points and defending key areas like capture points. Support-orientated engineers or light assaults who enjoy sitting on incredibly high vantage points have been known to adopt this weapon quite effectively. The Gauss Compact Burst is the only burst fire locked weapon available to the NC in the carbine class of weaponry, and overall it fits the bill quite well. Its 2-round burst fire mode in combination with a serviceable recoil pattern and damage model allows for NC soldiers who prefer to let the weapon itself handle their trigger discipline to remain effective on the battlefield. Building off the standard AF-19 Mercenary, it's going to feel familiar across the board, only just, you know, locked to a burst fire mode. It is inherently going to be more tuned towards ranged engagements, but with the right crosshair placement, it can still save you in a pinch in CQC. And lastly, we have the MGR-C1 Charger. The Charger is the latest carbine to have emerged from the NC laboratories that aims to make new strides in the way of damage output, but also makes some fumblings along the way. The weapon features a unique design where the first 7 shots of every magazine from the Charger are amplified with extra damage before returning down to a normalized damage profile. This sounds awesome in theory, but the catch is that the constant reloading that is required to use the feature is also met with one of the longest reloads in the class that even surpasses that of some assault rifles. It's got promise, and if you're looking for something different, it's a fair option, but it could use a little bit more time cooking in the laboratories to be perfected. And folks, with all of that said, that wraps up today's episode of the Quartermasters Overview. As always, guys, it's a pleasure bringing you guys this series. I'm so glad that you guys love its return and love the production quality that has gone into it, and I look forward to bringing you guys more episodes. So be sure to get voting in the description down below as to which class and faction you'd like to see next. I cannot wait to get that next video out for you guys. If you enjoyed today's video, backhitting the like button would be greatly appreciated, and if you're new to the channel, consider backhitting that subscribe button whilst you're at it to keep up to date all things with the channel here as well. As per always, all my social media links that are relevant are in the description down below, as well as my YouTube membership to join button. Once again, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out, and I will see you guys all next time. Take care, guys. Have a good one.